Hey everyone, this is Corner once again, back with another video for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. So, Capcom themselves have finally released the latest collaboration that they have for Monster Hunter World Iceborne, and that is none other than a collaboration for the Resident Evil game. Now, with this particular collaboration comes a mission that people can do in order to gain the various equipments that they have with this particular collaboration. Now, the main equipment that you can get from this game is the new heavy bowgun weapon, as well as a full armor set for both Claire and Leon from the Resident Evil series. Now, the mission itself is actually quite a fun little mission in that it is a hunt for a Blackveil Vaal Hazak, but with a twist. Now, the main twist on this is that instead of getting the effluvia effect that you would normally get from the Blackveil Vaal Hazak, you instead get a zombification effect. Now, the zombification effect comes in twofold. First and foremost, the negatives of this particular effect is that you can't recover your HP using potions or the regular means, so anything along the lines of vitality plants that you see along the way, they won't have any effect on you. The only way that you can recover your HP is by actually being exposed to the effluvia itself whilst you're in the zombification effect. The second thing that comes alongside this is the fact that when you are in the zombification effect, a lot of your movement is hampered. This means that doing things such as running away from the monster or doing anything along the lines of dodge rolling, they will be completely hampered. In fact, the X button does nothing when it comes to trying to roll away from the monster while zombified. All it does is actually stagger your character a little bit, causing you to just pause a little bit, meaning that you're actually being open to an attack. Now, having said that, it does have some positive effects as well. Now, despite the fact that your initial movement is hampered, when you actually have your weapon drawn, you still maintain a lot of your weapon movements. So a lot of the movements that you have with your weapon drawn remains exactly the same. Alongside this, you also get a rock-steady mantle effect. This means that you won't get knocked down in any way, shape, or form as long as you are zombified. And finally, the other positive effect of the zombification itself is that if you're actually exposed to the effluvia whilst zombified, you can recover your HP, and the recovery is ridiculous. The amount of HP that you can actually recover from being exposed to effluvia is about the same as actually chugging in a mega potion, so this is something to keep a note of. However, having said that, the Blackveil Vaal Hazak does deal quite a bit of damage, so with that in mind, this means that you have to weigh out whether or not being zombified is an effect that is going to be positive or negative to the current situation. Now, if the zombification effect itself is applied on you and you want to remove it, the only way to remove it is by gathering the green herbs that are found in this particular mission only. This means that in order to actually remove the zombification effect, you need to gather up some temporary materials, which is the green herbs themselves. Now, when you do have the zombification effect, if you chug in a green herb, then the zombification effect is completely nullified. Now, if you have any red herbs with you that you can combine with the green herbs, you can actually make it so that you're a little bit more resistant to the effluvia effect itself, meaning that you're more resistant to being zombified. Now, the great thing about this is that the zombification effect itself is actually animated as well if your weapon isn't drawn. This means that not only will your character animate when it's transforming into a zombie, but all of the movements that you have when you don't have your weapon drawn is actually animated to act like a zombie from the Resident Evil games, which is really amazing considering the fact that this is a Monster Hunter game. This isn't exactly what you would expect from it. So I really love this particular hunt. Now, for the most part, the hunt itself is just your basic Blackveil Vaal Hazak hunt with the added effects of the zombification. So for the most part, if you know how to hunt a Blackveil Vaal Hazak, you pretty much have the idea on how to hunt this particular monster. Having said that, do be aware of the effects of the zombification so that you can take advantage of it and know when to remove it if the situation needs you to remove it. Oh, and one final thing, when it comes to the actual zombification effect, I completely forgot about this. If you are zombified and the Blackveil Vaal Hazak goes into the acid water in the Rotten Vale, you can actually chase it in that water because the zombification effect actually negates the effects of the acid water. This means that if the Blackveil Vaal Hazak retreats to any of the acid water area, you can chase it down if you need it to. So that is an added bonus as well. It kind of keeps you going when it comes to fighting this particular monster, and it's a really nice effect. I think it's a little bit OP in my personal opinion because you get rock steady, resistance to effluvia, you recover HP from effluvia, and finally, you also get the resistance to the acidic water. So it's more of a positive than a negative in my personal opinion. And it is an amazing hunt when it comes to these particular effects because you don't actually have to chug in a potion if you know what you're doing, because the Blackveil Vaal Hazak leaves a lot of trail of effluvia for you to recover your HP, and so really amazing hunt. I'm gonna go ahead and shut up now and just let you watch the rest of this particular hunt so you can go ahead and check out what to expect with this particular hunt.
What in the...
Now that is pretty much it for me for this video. Capcom themselves are also planning this November, I believe around November 22nd, to release the next collaboration event that they have for PlayStation players only, which is the Horizon Zero Dawn Frozen Wilds collaboration. So for those of you who play on the PlayStation, do expect this particular collaboration event to come up around November 22nd. This will have you hunt down a Zenogre within the Hoarfrost Reach, and you will get the Stormslinger light bowgun. That is pretty much it for me for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.